All right, good afternoon here. If you're just joining us, we have a great one for you tonight. We'd like to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. My name is Mikey DeGroat. I'm here alongside my color commentators, Ethan Hanson and Brody Mason. Guys, we got a great one for you tonight. Obviously, number 3 seed CNS faces off against the number 2 FM. These two teams squared off earlier this year, and it resulted in a CNS 3-1 win. Brody, I want to start with you. How do you see things shaking out tonight?
You know, I played. I was at that game. Played JV. Yeah, CNS. Hopefully, we can take the dub tonight again.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Ethan, what do you think about this game tonight?
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a good game. CNS did have the upper hand after the first game, but now you're in FM facing a higher seeded team.
Absolutely. We got a good one tonight. Very excited to get underway here. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to Fayetteville Manlius for tonight's boys volleyball sectional semifinal between the Cicero-North Syracuse Northstars. Number 23, Mason Luzek. Number 9, Jack Copeland. Number 2, Kevin Empey. Number 16, Nico Fisher. Number 13, Austin Fosberg. Number 3, Dylan Fournier. Number 15, C.R. Gordon. Number 10, Kevin Greer. Number 6, Kevin Gunnup. Number 7, Kevin Hunya. Number 12, J.J. Johnson. Number 1, Ryan Lehey. Number 14, Cooper McCall. Number 11, Luke Ricci. Number 20, Grayson Simeo. And number 4, Jonathan Zillis. And now, the starting lineup for your Fayetteville Manlius Hornets, coached by Chris Gable and assistant coach Jay Hayes. Number 16, Jack Diekman. Number 2, Cooper Love. Number 9, Nick Crescenzi. Number 11, Luke Ellsby. Number 14, Landry Garback. Number 4, Gavin Hayes. Number 13, Patrick Horton. Number 5, Nate Houck. Number 17, Chris Snow. Number 7, Max Pinot. Number 8, Ben Rezek. Number 6, Jim Sylvester. Number 3, Omar Thiff. Number 15, Henry Lazaleski. And number 12, Ethan Waugh. At this time, if you are able, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome back. About to get underway here. Player introductions are finished. And now all we wait on is the clock. It's going to be a fun one. CNS obviously led by senior Ryan Leahy, junior Kevin Greer, and the addition of the setter Dylan Fournier coming back after his ACL tear has been a big one for the North Stars. Obviously the North Stars on a hot tear, but FM coming off a lot of big wins as they snap JD's 61-game win streak. So we're excited, about to get underway. Players take the court as we got a full crowd tonight. Starting lineup for the North Stars is going to be Jack Copeland at the outside, Ryan Leahy at middle, Kellen Empey right side, Kevin Greer outside, Dylan Fournier setter, Nico Fisher back row, as Mason Bruschek is about to step in the game.
Yeah, you know, Gunnup has a concussion this game, so that's why he can't play today.
Kevin Gunnup will be sidelined, as you said, with the concussion. Brody, as we're about to get underway here, what do you notice from both sides' demeanors?
You know, I think FM's coming for that revenge, but I don't know if CNS is going to put up with it.
Absolutely. This is a revenge game for the Hornets. Obviously, they've been on a really good win streak right now. They hit a little mid-season slump, but, you know, ever since then, they've bounced back really well. Meanwhile, CNS rarely taking any losses this year, looking like a good team. Here we go. We're underway as Dylan Fournier is in to serve. And they're going to go to the outside, number 8, Ben Versig. And they get the point immediately, so FM starts on a hot note. And they will take the 1-0 lead. Got a chance to catch up with Ryan Leahy pregame. He says that CNS felt disrespected throughout the year, as Syracuse.com has been posting articles, you know, not really downgrading, but not recognizing the work they put in this year. As there's Leahy, he gets blocked by middle Chris Noel. Brody, I want to ask you, how do you feel about what Ryan Leahy said? Do you feel like the North Stars have been disrespected this year? Okay, no, I guess not. Here's Bruschek, goes to middle, Dylan Fournier, outside Jack Copeland. Jack gets blocked. There's number 8, Ben Versig again. Unstoppable force right now for the Hornets. And CNS can't get anything to go their way so far. Brody, what do you see so far that you like from FM?
Definitely the energy. They definitely have a higher energy than CNS, but you know, I watched a couple games where CNS was lacking the energy a little bit in the first set, and then, you know, they came back. So hopefully that's the case today.
Absolutely. It's been a typical theme so far for the North Stars, as this point is going to go to CNS. They're going to get their first points on the board with a net violation coming from the Hornets, as Jack Copeland's going to go back to serve. We see a great turnout from both sides tonight in terms of the crowd, as obviously two heavy hitters in this sectional matchup. We're going to go to the outside, Versig, and it just misses. CNS going to retain another point. And we got a 2-3 game now as Jack Copeland continues his run. Brody, he's got a hard serve, man. I would not want to go up against that at all.
No, sure, definitely not. You know, when we played the end of the season tournament, receiving some of those seniors and junior serves, that just was not too good. They serve pretty hard. Never an easy task.
CNS gets docked with a net violation by right side Kellen Empey, so the Hornets are going to take a 4-2 lead as Versig goes back to serve. He's been a leader for the Hornets all year. There's Leahy. Leahy puts it down. They're going to get it going. And that has brought CNS to life, as the energy on all sidelines is very high now after that Ryan Leahy kill. And that's just a glimpse of what we've seen out of him all year. Really impressive stuff as he goes back here to serve. Leahy puts it in a great spot, but Versig is there to clean up. Number 11, Luke Ellsby, puts it back over. Fournier goes to outside. Greer puts it down. Versig's there. And this one's going to be in the net. But it's over and out. CNS ties this thing up at 4. An impressive rally there from both sides, but the North Stars ultimately walk away victorious from it. Ryan Leahy back to serve. There's a big hit from number 5, Nathan Hauk. Just tipped by Empey, but it barely goes out as Leahy's going to check out of the game now for Nico Fisher. Here's number 17, Chris Knoll. Greer's there, over to Fournier. Fournier goes to Fisher. Fisher gets tipped. Great spot, but FM's there to clean up. There's Copeland over back to Fournier. Fournier to Greer. Greer puts it down, and it's in! Greer, one of the highest leading hitters in the state, adds another to the resume there. John Zillis is going to go back to serve. We have a 5-5 game now. Here he is. Big serve from him. Going to go to the middle. Number 12, Ethan Wong. Catches John Zillis. Lacking on the outside. Perfectly placed. And FM retains the point to go up 1 early here in this first set. Serve's going to be short. Over to Greer. Greer puts it away! My goodness! With authority there from Greer. And here comes the student section hammer from the North Stars. And this energy is unmatched right now. CNS knows how to stay in it as Greer comes back to serve. Clips the net, but ultimately will go over. And they go to Ethan Wong again as Wong puts it down. Brody, I want to ask you, you've been watching CNS all year, obviously. What do you think about Kevin Greer and how his game has evolved from last year?
You know, I mean, he's just gotten even better than last year, where he was already a dominant force on varsity. So, I mean, and that's not even the senior year yet, so I think it's going to be even better next year. Great things to come from Kevin. Absolutely.
Exponential growth from him as outside just misses there. CNS going to tie this thing up at 7. Nico Fisher going to go back to serve. Try to give CNS their first lead of the day. Fisher's seen more time in the second half of the year as they go to outside Ethan Wong, but it's blocked by Copeland, but kept alive by the Hornets. Over to Resig. It's blocked by Leahy. They're going to go back to number 13. He sets it over. That was Patrick Horton. Outside to Fosberg. Fosberg just tips it over. They're going to go outside to Resig. Resig is long on it. CNS going to take their first lead of the game today. And all of a sudden, a shift in the momentum. Obviously now on CNS's side here midway through the first set. Fisher's serve run continues. And this one's just outside as FM ties this up. Booschek's going to check in. Fisher's going to check out. And Ethan Wong for the Hornets back to serve. Trying to pull away here from this energetic CNS team. Booschek, little mishit, but Fosberg's ultimately there to clean it up. They go to number 17, Chris Knoll. Powers at home with authority, giving the Hornets a 1-point lead. And Ethan Wong is going to go back to serve again. Booschek's there to Zillis, back to Greer, missed set, but it's going to be over the net. Oh, and it's going to be CNS's point as it is outside of the lines. This game, Mason, we've seen so far, it's very back and forth as Kevin Wint checks in. Brody, what do you think about this game? What do you like so far from both sides?
You know, I really like the energy on both sides. You know, you can tell from the start it's going to be a great game.
Absolutely, going to be a great game as Kevin Wynn sees his first minutes today. Got a lot of time first half of the year as Dylan Fournier came back. Seen a little bit less, but nonetheless been a force for the North Stars as this one's powered home by the FM Hornets, number 13, Patrick Horton, been a leader for them all year. Looking at the rosters, you notice FM very senior heavy. all seniors and juniors, but majority seniors. They're going to be taking some big losses come this offseason, but bodes well for next year as their young guys look great as Leahy puts it right in the arms of Patrick Horton, and he'll walk away with that kill. Wow, man, what a start for Leahy. Already a couple of kills. It's the Leahy Greer show today. That's what it seems like. As Copeland back to serve. Puts it in a great spot. Over to number 17, but Booshchek's there to clean ultimately. There's Greer. And they're calling FM point. Although Greer sees something a little different. And we're going to get another check from the sideline referee here. Just waiting on clarification here from ref number 2.
Yeah, that's probably going to be FM point because the ref in the sand can see a little bit better than the ref on the ground.
Absolutely. He had the better angle at it. Point's going to stay with the Hornets. We're back underway here. Number 8, Ben Versig, a great force for them. Back to serve. Copeland's there. Over to Wynn. Wynn to Leahy. Oh my goodness. Ryan Leahy. You can see from the student section on CNS's side, they're saying he's bringing the hammer, and that's what he's doing here today. We are knotted up at 11 on the back of Ryan Leahy. Been their leader all year, team captain, 3-year varsity player. Looking to continue his career tonight. As there's a kill from Chris Knoll. Gives FM the lead back. Brody, we've seen a lot of back and forth here early. What can either CNS or FM do to pull away here?
I think a pretty decent serving streak would honestly do it. You know, usually that change of momentum will really set the other team up for failure, honestly.
Absolutely.
So if we can get probably, I would say, 5 or 6 serves in, then that really sets the tone.
There's a big kill from number 11, Luke Ellsby. Mason, it's great to have, Brody, sorry. It's great to have you on the sideline, another perspective that also plays volleyball for the CNS JV roster. Give an insight that really I couldn't come up with, so thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, of course.
There's Copeland. Copeland misses it. There's a big ace there from FM, and they're starting to pull away. Like you said, a serving streak, Brody. And we got timeout Northstars. FM up 3 midway here through the second set. We're going to be right back here on the Northstar Network. Welcome back here to Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat alongside my color commentator, Brody Mason. Brody, we've seen a great game so far from just joining us. FM starting to pull away with a little serving streak of their own here.
Yeah, I think the only thing CNS can do to combat that is to really pass up. You know, get their passes up, get them to the setter, and then give the setter a chance to hit.
Absolutely.
Setter a chance to hit, and the hitter's a chance to hit.
They're saying Kevin Wynn touched the ball. Kevin Wynn says he didn't touch the ball, and Mike Lucia, head coach of the North Stars, obviously agrees with Wynn here as he had a great angle at it, but FM's going to walk away with the point. The sideline ref and Lucia talking this over right now as number 17, Chris Knoll, continues his serving run here. We've seen no missed serves tonight yet. That's going to play a big factor for both sides as there's an ace from Chris Knoll. CNS needs to find their ground here. Down 5 in the first set.
Yeah, do you know, did CNS play FM twice this season or just the one time?
You know, looking at it, I believe it was just the one. However, I could be wrong.
Yeah, because I know they played them at home once, and I'm pretty sure they played them away, but I'm not positive.
We'll check on that during the next break.
Yeah.
As the serve run from Chris Noel comes to an end. CNS looking to get back some lost ground here on the back of John Zillis, who's in to serve. Leahy getting a breather on the side. Been doing it all for CNS today. That one's blocked by Greer, but number 11, Luke Ellsby's going to walk away with the point. So that momentum they were so looking to get back is lost as serve goes back to FM and a 5-point deficit. Copeland is going to miss this, but Buszczek's there. Can Zillis get it over? Yes, he can. Great effort there from CNS. Number 12, Ethan Wong, puts a hit down, and CNS has lost every ounce of momentum. And now FM starting to pull away here, looking to go up early, 1-0 today. Here's Zillis to the middle. This one is a phenomenal kill by Kevin Greer, one of the leaders in New York State for kills. Just a great season from him, and it's on display early here tonight. As we've mentioned, Brody, it's been him and Ryan Leahy. Who else do you think for CNS has been balling out tonight that you'd like to acknowledge?
Tonight, I mean, honestly, that...
Foot fault.
He just got called for foot fault.
You don't see that too often.
No, especially not on varsity.
No, of course not.
Coach Ritchie is not happy.
Not at all.
No.
You got a 6-point game. Hauk into serve. Sorry, you kind of got cut off there. Who do you like so far?
Oh, you know, definitely Buszczek. That play that he just made, playing it up, was really good. And then, honestly, I think it's going to be a huge team effort tonight, especially to come back from this.
Huge. All right, welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat, joined alongside by my color commentator, Brody Mason. Brody, you were saying before, Buszczek has put on a phenomenal hustle performance here tonight, and we'd like to acknowledge him for what he has done to at least keep the North Stars within striking distance here.
Yeah, passing's definitely going to be key tonight.
Absolutely, we've seen a few shank serves from CNS's side, but let's also acknowledge FM and what they've done tonight to keep this momentum going, as Copeland gets a real nice kill to get CNS back on the board. Buszczek's going to sub out. Leahy's going to sub back in. And let's see if that's the little push they needed to claw their way back into this one. We got Nico Fisher going back to serve, number 16 for the North Stars. Goes to Riesig on the outside. Zillis gets on the floor. As it hits the ceiling, that's going to be FM's point. Interestingly enough, we've seen at other schools like CNS, off the ceiling, they're going to count it, but...
Okay, I know this one. So if it stays on their side and they play it again, then that's okay, but they cannot hit it off the ceiling and have it go onto the other team's side. Then it's not considered out.
Perfect. That's why it's great to have you here, man. I didn't know that, so yeah. Thank you for that. As number 17, Chris Noel, misses long. And now we have a 21-15 CNS game, so CNS trying to keep it within striking distance, as Empey is going to sub in for Zillis. Fournier is going to sub in for Fosberg. And Dylan Fournier goes back to serve.
The couple games that I've watched this year, Fournier's really been a presence at the service line.
Yes, it's great to have him back. especially after that long ACL tear. Missed the majority of his senior season. Never want to see it, but since his comeback, he's been playing great as he just misses that one through the hands. Pretty poor timing as number 11 Luke Ellsby checks in for number 2 Cooper Blum. But yes, Dylan Fournier, great addition back here. Obviously, it adds a height presence at net at the setter position, which you always want. As Copeland gets blocked, FM's going to walk away with this point. And number 11, Luke Ellsby, is playing out of his mind tonight for the Hornets.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were feeding him this morning.
Had to be something good. Obviously, you're talking about Fournier. You don't want to discredit Kevin Wynn and John Zillis for the jobs they did while he was out, as Leahy tips it over.
Yeah,
gets the point.
Those two made it possible for us to even come this far in the season. And then, having Dylan back is great, but yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due, and that's definitely to our two setters.
Absolutely. Copeland here to serve. Good serve. Place on the far side of the court. This one's going to be another CNS point. And now we're clawing back in this one. It's 23-17. CNS looking not to give up these 2 points to give FM an early 1-0 lead. Let's see what Copeland can do here at the helm, serving for the North Stars. Goes to Riesig on the outside, tip, but FM finds themselves now a point away from winning as Copeland seems to be hurt. He's up though, he's all right. We got set point here as number 8, Ben Riesig, in to serve. Not looking good for the North Stars here late in the first set. Let's see if FM can put this first set to rest. That one's in the net. There's their second net error on the night, first by Riesig. And the ball's going to go to none other than the Ryan Leahy to try to keep this one alive for the North Stars here late in this first set. Leahy's been playing out of his mind so far today. Good serve there from him. Number 11, Luke Ellsby, finds himself destroying through CNS's net today. And wow, do we have a good one for you. We're going to be right back here on Northstar Network. First score, 25-18. We'll be right back.
Cicero-North Syracuse 18. Your Hornets lead the match 1-2-0.
All right, welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat, joined alongside color commentator Brody Mason. Brody, we had a great first set, action-packed, but ultimately FM walked away. What did you see from FM that you liked in that first set?
You know, I mean, they're definitely setting the two hitters. More that be hang on. Ethan Wong for sure. And Chris Knoll, the two middles are for sure definitely swinging through.
And Luke Ellsby has also had a phenomenal day.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of good stuff from him. For the North Stars, it's been Leahy and Greer, as it's been all season.
Yeah.
But they kind of put a detonator on him late there in that first set. As we're about to get underway here, number 13, Patrick Horton.
Yeah, I mean,
to serve.
Hopefully that momentum turns around and CNS can take it for the rest of the way.
Hopefully that's the ultimate goal. You always want to see these seniors go out on a high note. So it's win or go home today as we get underway in the second set. First serve is going to be long. CNS starts off in the lead. And we're off to the races as Jack Copeland is going to be at the helm to serve. Jack has a very, very powerful serve. Probably one of the strongest on the team. And he's been impressing us all year here in the booth.
Yeah, you know, watching Jack and Kevin from the sideline, Kevin Greer, their serves are just out of this world, you know.
Out of this world.
Power
Ryan
is
Leahy.
just crazy.
Ryan Leahy puts down a crazy block as CNS takes a 2-0 lead. Here's Copeland again. Back to serve. This one is in. It's in the court.
That's
CNS
an ace.
up 3-0. And that's that serve we were talking about. Jack Copeland. Something special on that.
Yeah, I mean, he just painted a back line on that one.
Absolutely. Great paint job there from him. As here he is again. Another strong serve. This one's going to be muffed.
Oh, wow.
By the Hornets, and the serve run for Copeland is continuing. He has brought this CNS team to life here early, and I don't know what Lucia said in that huddle, but it is clearly working as CNS jumps out to a 4-0 lead here early in the second set. This one's going to be long, though. First missed serve from the North Stars today. Ball's going to go back to number 8, Ben Resig, the senior for the Hornets. We got a Let's Go North Stars chant going in the crowd. Momentum on their side as Resig misses the serve. So CNS takes a 5-1 lead. Unlike the first set, this one is quickly getting out of hand for the Hornets as Ryan Leahy is into serve. Puts it down, FM's there to clean up as Leahy gets a great dig on this one. Two of them go for the hit. Leahy got it. FM goes back over. Copeland hits it. Probably was going to go out. Here's Kevin Wynn, puts it back over. And they go outside to number 5, Nathan Houck, as Copeland gets on the ground for it. But FM walks away with the point.
Oh, he was serving. He had like, 3 or 4 aces last time. Let's hope CNS can put a stop earlier.
Well, this is a very tall man here, the junior from the Hornets. Looked great for them all year. Obviously been a driving force that brought them to get this 2 seed. And this one's blocked by Greer. FM's there to clean up. This one is mistipped and CNS walks away with another one.
Yeah, it's really good to get him off the back of the service line.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you want to do there. Here is Ethan Wong, puts it away on John Zillis. So now we got 3-6 in favor of CNS still, as Luke Ellsby checks back in to serve. Here is Kevin Greer. Kevin Greer puts it away. My goodness, the power on that. He gets so high up above that net. That is very impressive there for the North Stars. We've been seeing that all year as he goes back to serve. We talked about his growth and improvement earlier. Obviously, he's only a junior. 1 more year left for him. He's looking to have a big senior season. Probably one of the best players in the section right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just all around, probably, definitely, like you said, one of the best.
As Copeland misses wide there. And the CNS student section is starting to fill out. Got a lot of people here in the crowd. As Kevin Greer is here to serve. 8-3 in favor of CNS. This one's going to be out. CNS is on a huge run. Looking like we're going to need a timeout here from the Hornets. As all momentum is on CNS's side, they get a huge ovation as they come off. We're going to be right back here on Northstar Network. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. If you're just tuning in, this one's been all CNS here early in the second set. As Buszek gets on the ground for it, over to Zillis. Zillis to Greer. Greer puts it down. Blum's there to clean up. As this one's going to be a point for FM, so the timeout works. And Hornets trying to put a stop to the momentum. Number 5, Nathan Houck in the serve for the Hornets. Goes outside to Copeland. Copeland puts it down to Bloom. Back over to outside. Rasig just misses the hit. Going to be 10 for Northstars. Buszek checks out. And Leahy checks in. We got chants here from the Northstar crowd. Student section. Here's Nico Fisher at the helm serving. Trying to put this one out of reach for the Hornets. Goes over, Copeland's there, Leahy's there, Zillis is there, Fosberg's there, and he puts it down! Austin Fosberg! First big hit we've seen from him tonight. As the North Stars take an 11-4 lead, and the momentum is just still staying with the North Stars. It won't go away. As Nico Fisher now serving for the North Stars. That is going to hit the line as CNS takes the point. Perfectly placed serve there from Fisher. What do you like from his serve that you've seen so far here right now?
I mean, that toss spin is just brutal when it comes down on any of the lines. It's just so hard to read.
Absolutely, so hard to read here for the Hornets. Nico Fisher's serve run continues as CNS takes an 8-point lead. This one goes to Resig. That's going to be, looks like they're calling it in. FM finally takes a point back from CNS, just trying to chip away here at the 7-point CNS lead. But North Stars look comfortable here in the second set as they're about halfway to the ultimate goal, 25. Blaze Greer gets on the floor, gets back up. Copeland tips it over. Number 2, Bloom is there to clean up. Over to Resig, blocked by Leahy. Back to middle. And middle, Chris Knoll has done everything at the net for the Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a show-off game. That's at the net, at the line. I mean, he's just been playing great.
Absolutely. That height is just so hard to get around for the North Stars. Ryan Leahy can get up, but can he get up that much is the question. Here's Leahy, tips it over the net to Resig. This one's blocked by Copeland, and that's going to be CNS point. As we have a net violation there from the Hornets. Number 7 checks in, Max Panel for the Hornets. And CNS just keeps building on this lead that they have done a great job building here early in the second set. Dylan Fournier, you talked about his serve earlier. Good to have him back for the North Stars. He's here to serve.
Oh.
Wow.
I think we jinxed it, Mikey.
I did jinx it. That's a typical theme for me if you're a regular here on this Northstar Network broadcast. I tend to jinx a lot of things. But here's number 13, Patrick Horton. Big force for FM all year. As Leahy set put a little low by Fournier. Leahy just can't put it over the net.
Yeah, you know, those sets are really hard to deal with, and they're already supposed to be right above the net. Even if it's just a couple inches off, you know, you're just going to hit it right in the net. It's going to bounce back right at you.
Absolutely. Tough position there for Fournier. As this one's going to get blocked, but Leahy puts it over. FM slowly chipping away at this lead. Now, once was a 7-point lead, is now a 5-point lead. Copeland misses the ball. And
Northstar's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, good move there from head coach Mike Lucia. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back on Northstar Network. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat alongside color commentator Brody Mason. This one's been all CNS so far in the second set. But FM slowly chipping out what was once a 7-point lead, which is now a 4-point lead. Leahy puts it down, and that's tipped by number 17, Chris Noel, but finds the floor as Leahy adds another kill to his already impressive night. Copeland's going to go back to serve. We saw a huge run from him earlier. I don't want to jinx it this time, though. Here he is again. Clips the net, but finds its way down. Oh. We're going to go back to Noel.
That's just, yeah, like you said. Oh, jeez. That's just straight height from 17, Christopher. Chris, yeah, is it Chris Noel?
Chris Noel.
Chris Noel, yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, he's just been up there at the net to hit and block. I don't know if there's anything you can really do if you're Ryan Leahy.
Not at all, no. Kevin Greer finds himself short in the net on that one as this serve is going to go out. Copeland tries to avoid it by getting on the floor, does a great job of doing so, and now we have a 5-point CNS lead. So they're definitely, you know, keeping a level head even when FM keeps poking away at their once 7-point lead. Leahy going to go back to serve, just 10 points away from making this a 1-1 ball game.
Yeah, you know, beginning of the season, Ryan was doing his float serve, and he might be going back to that after that serve. But he stepped up, really did his topspin. You know, you saw him working at it in practice every day.
Absolutely, such a huge difference from what he did at the start of the year to now.
For
steady
sure.
Growth from him.
Yeah.
As Noel goes back to serve. Here's Greer. Greer gets a tip, and it's a kill. Another kill for him tonight. Been seeing a lot of that from him and Leahy all night. As Zillis and Fosberg check in for Kellen Empey and Dylan Fournier. John Zillis going to go back to serve, now a 5-point lead. Zillis puts it down nicely. They're going to go outside to number 11, but it's blocked by Kevin Greer. Back to 11, Booshcheck on the floor to Zillis, over to Fosberg. Fosberg, big swing, gets tipped. Over to Ben Resig, but Booshcheck is there.
Great. Oh, yeah, that was a great pass.
Absolutely.
Another one. Oh.
And you know what? Despite FM getting that point, Mason Booshcheck's hustle has been on point all night, reading every hit so well.
You're static.
Here's Greer. Puts it down, just tipped, but they're there to clean up. There's Resig again, but he's short. Back to a 5-point CNS lead here. late in the second set. Bloom's going to check in for number 11, Luke Ellsby, who had a hot first set.
Not doing so hot this set.
Not this set. But, you know, that's volleyball. Sometimes you're going to have hot streaks, sometimes you don't.
For sure.
And when you start a game as hot as he did, you're bound to cool off at some point. So Kevin Greer steps back to serve for the North Stars. In the arms of Max Pennell. Goes to Wong. But Wong, that ball is in, and FM walks away with the point. So 4-point North Stars lead now. From that hit on Ethan Wong, the senior for the Hornets, put together an impressive season for him. Here's Zillis, goes to outside, Jack Copeland. Copeland puts it away. Big kill from him, been huge for CNS all season. There's the hammer that they've been looking for from him all night. Copeland been pretty quiet at net until that. We'd like to see him wake up here late in the second set as Nico Fisher back at the helm to serve. Fosberg puts it down. They're going to go out to Rasig. Blocked by Fosberg and Leahy. This one's over the net. Here's Greer. Over to Zillis. Over to Leahy, who's blocked, but is there to clean up. Zillis again, outside to Copeland. Copeland is awake now. And that is CNS point. Brody, we've been waiting for him to wake up. Now that he is awake, what does that do for this CNS offense as we have a timeout here?
Oh, that's for sure going to make a huge difference. That's 3 predominant hitters at the line.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break here on Northstar Network. Don't go anywhere. We got a good second set here. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mike DeGroat, joined alongside color commentator Brody Mason. Here's Nico Fisher serving at the helm for the North Stars. Up 6 right now, as that one is going to be a net violation there from Ben Rasig, who has definitely cooled off in the second set, as have most of the FM Hornet players.
Yeah, anytime it touches any part of that antenna, it's an immediate out call.
Yes, absolutely. If you're just joining us, Brody Mason, a JV player for CNS, as Copeland puts it down. He's awake, and it shows for CNS.
That's like 3 or 4 straight points from Copeland.
Yes, he's on fire right now. Brody Mason plays for JV CNS. Obviously, good to have him here for insight and volleyball rules that I may not be accustomed to, as Fisher puts the ball in the court over to Rasig, who puts it away. They've been waiting for that one, as number 17, Chris Noah, has been a force all night, checks in for number 7, Max Pennell.
Yeah, you know, here they're really worried about fatigue right now. Even in the second set, they're both playing hard.
Absolutely. Well, you got to give it your all. It's win or go home now for both sides. As a miss hit there from Greer, but Leahy's there to clean up. Rasig blocked by Leahy. They're going to give that point to CNS. Looks like it might have been a net violation there from
that. So you know how it bounced off the net and nobody touched it? That's 4.
Okay, 4 hits.
You can only hit it 3 times, and if nobody touches on the other side, then it's going to be called 4. Which that's a really how do I put this? That's the one that people argue the most. If there was a touch on the other side of the net or not. Going up in those blocks.
See, that's what I thought. I thought Ryan Leahy got a piece of it, but the ref saw it better than I did. As Kevin Wynn in the serve, blocked there by Copeland. Puts it to Wynn. Wynn to Leahy. Leahy finds the gap, puts it away. CNS now finds themselves 2 points for making this all knotted up here at 1. Big kill there from him. Another one on his impressive night here on what could be one of these 2's last nights in the 2025 season. Here's Kevin Wynn serving again. Puts it deep in the court. Gonna go outside to Resig. Resig tipped by Leahy, but gonna walk away with the point. Makes it an 8-point lead. As Bloom checks out for number 11, Luke Ellsby. Number 13, Patrick Horton puts a nice serve down. Here's Copeland, puts it down, but it's just out. They're saying he touched it, but the ref disagrees. CNS thought they got a piece of it at net. Ultimately, they did not. So here's Horton again. FM just trying to chip away so they can take a 2-0 lead. But this one, they're saying to hit the line. FM's going to get the point.
Oh, that line judge was really indecisive on that one.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 ball. Going to go in favor of the Hornets here. You know, obviously reffing's a tough job, so never want to blame the refs too much.
No.
But that one could have gone either way for sure.
For sure.
Here's Patrick Horton serving again. This is third in a row. Copeland's there. Gets blocked. Oh my goodness. FM just starting to turn it around here. And CNS gonna call a timeout. We're liking what we're seeing now from number 8, Ben Resig. He's found himself impressive here in this second set. We'll be right back here on Northstar Network. Welcome back here late in the second set on Northstar Network. FM is on a 4-point win streak right now, trying to claw back into this one as Copeland puts it to Leahy. Leahy's going to walk away with the point.
Oh, that's going to be set point Northstars.
Set point Northstar, 6-point lead. FM doing all they can to try to stay in this one, but looking like CNS don't want to jinx it, but probably walking away with this one as Copeland.
Let's hope.
Puts a serve down. Right to the setter, goes outside to Ellsby. Ellsby.
Oh,
this is on the outside. CNS ties it up 1-1. And we're going to go to break as we have an impressive second set there from the North Stars. We'll be right back on Northstar Network. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat. If you're just joining us alongside color commentator Brody Mason, we saw a great turnaround set there from the Northstars as they tie things up 1-1. What did you see from the Northstars in that second set that you liked, Brody?
Yeah, definitely the momentum. It turned around. Like I said, momentum and mindset is everything.
Absolutely, mindset and momentum. Got a chance to catch up earlier today with Ryan Leahy pre-game. He told me that the Northstars felt disrespected by Syracuse.com and all the articles posted that didn't really have them in a high ranking. So today that was their motivation. Go out there, prove everyone wrong. He was telling me pre-game they've done it all season. Why stop now,
Yeah, they're ranked third, right?
Third in the section, correct.
Yeah, so, this is definitely a big game. FM's 3? Or second.
FM is 2.
So
here's Kevin Wynn starting off the third set. About to get underway here. Looking to be a good one. Could go either way. This one goes to number 17, Chris Knoll, but it's going to be CNS point to start off this third set.
Like I said before, mindset. If these FM players start getting in their heads, then that's just going to keep on sinking them.
Absolutely. We saw a change in body language there in the second set. CNS did a better job of, keeping their head up when things got tough. As a big block there from Leahy. He's prancing around. That's a crazy block from him. As Resig puts down a great hit, but Leahy just gets higher. Nothing you can do if you're Resig there. The long arms of Ryan Leahy. CNS goes up 2-0 and Kevin Wynn continues. Here's Wynn. Puts it deep in the court. Going outside to Resig. Tips it over. Wynn is there. Not there. Sorry, to clean up. As Resig gets his get back on CNS. Student section's going at it right now. See a lot of energy from both sides. Here's number 13, Patrick Horton. Win over to Leahy. Leahy puts it down, but number 5, Nathan Houck is there to clean up. And there's going to be a CNS point to go up 3-1. Resig wasn't quick enough to get there. Copeland back to serve. A lot of noise from the crowd. Going to be tough to deal with for both sides as Resig on the outside is blocked by Leahy. Over to Wynn, back to Jack Copeland, puts it down. Another point there for the Northstars. We got a 4-1 game now. Momentum has been all on the Northstar side for the last 2 sets. Can they keep up that relentless pressure that they've had? Resig. Wow. Absolutely slams it.
Definitely finding the holes in those blocks is going to be huge tonight because you've got 2 predominant forces in the net. You're just going to really have to find hitting through or hitting around.
Absolutely. Resig's doing a great job of that now. They've been going to him all night. As he hits it into the net. CNS going to retain possession here. Here's Ryan Leahy, the man who's been doing it all night. Let's see if he can continue it here. Like you said, added the top spin serve to his resume this year. CNS can't clean up. That's going to be an FM point. A little miscommunication there on net.
Yeah, you really got to get it above the net on the first and the second hit when it's down low like that. You just got to pop that straight up.
Totally crucial there, but CNS miscommunication there. Chris Knoll back to serve. Had a huge run in the first set. Serving, but there's Greer. Tipped over to Resig. They go outside to number 5, Nathan Houck. That one's going to be put down by CNS. So CNS takes back a 3-point lead. Kellen Empey. Great point there for the Northstars. As Zillis goes back to serve. Zillis puts a serve down that FM cannot get to. And CNS stands are just hyped right now as this little run we're seeing continues. The momentum from the second set is obviously carried into the third set here. Brody, what's the difference maker between CNS and FM right now?
Right now, it's, definitely the passing. Like I said, they were going to have to find that passing spot, and they really did there.
Absolutely. Buzchek gets on the floor, but it's not enough if FM retains the point. It's going to be 7-4 in favor of the North Stars. FM looking to keep it within striking distance here and not get blown out like the second set. This one's going to be out as FM's going to retain possession here. (5-7) in favor of the North Stars. Luke Ellsby, a big first set for him, back to serve. Nico Fisher gets blocked. Here's Kevin Greer over to Jack Copeland. Just gets over the net, but they're there to clean it up. Horton. Long rally here. Fosberg sets it over to Kevin Greer. It's blocked, but they're there to clean up. There's Hauk on the outside. Gives FM the point. Brody, can we get a score check?
It seems to be 6-7. CNS leads.
6-7 indeed. CNS leads this one here early in the third set. As Kevin Greer puts that ball away.
It's now 6-8, by the way, Mikey.
6-8. Thank you for clarifying there. CNS goes back up two, looking to continue this momentum. Doing a great job right now of keeping it alive. As Greer slowly wakes back up, he's back to serve. Deep breath here. Blocked by Nico Fisher. That's going to be a point for CNS.
I think definitely in the third set, Coach Uchia and all the CNS players are starting to recognize the serving, who to serve to in the back row when you're looking at it, which is I'm probably guessing what he was trying to do on that one when he missed.
For sure, as a player.
You're looking, your libero is probably going to be your best passer, obviously, so you're looking, is there a seam that I can put it in that would just make it difficult?
As FM's going to get that point. Like you said, yes, it's a great idea to try to find the players who are not necessarily worse players, but players that have trouble returning hard serves. So you said it perfectly as Copeland returns this one. They're going to go back to him. It's tipped. But Horton's there to clean up. Versig puts it back over. Here's Copeland. Puts it down.
Yeah. Great hit, Jack.
8-10. Favor of the North Stars. Like you said, great hit from Jack Copeland there. Nico Fisher back to serve.
Yeah, I mean, he's really dominated the service line back there tonight.
Absolutely he has. This one's a close one, though, so not out of reach for the Hornets. As the ball goes to Versig, it's tipped by Leahy, but not enough as Versig walks away with another kill.
Yeah, I'm sure Ryan's telling himself right now, reach over, but that's just a powerful hit.
It's such a powerful hit. Nothing you can really do there. I mean, hey, for the Hornets, when in doubt, go to Versig. They've been doing it all night. It's been carrying them at net. As Leahy retaliates in return. Hammer time for the North Stars. As Leahy puts it down, 11-9 North Star lead. Kevin Wynn's going to go back to serve. We got a Ryan Leahy chant from the student section here for the North Stars as Kevin Wynn goes back to serve.
Yeah, Mikey, I don't know if you were here when Ryan had a cramp in his calf, but the entire student section was going insane, making sure Ryan was okay.
That's what you got to do for your star player sometimes. He's been carrying them all year as Versig tips it over. Going to give a point back to the Hornets. This one's just back and forth now. North Stars trying to be a step ahead.
Yeah, like I said before, I really think if, either the Hornets or CNS goes on a serving streak, then it'll be pretty good for them. As we saw last set and first set. Oh, that's net. Yeah.
Going to be North Star's point, but a powerful hit from Versig. They're going to go to number 17, blocked by Leahy.
Well, we asked the question earlier, can Ryan block it? And indeed he can.
Yeah, he's been picking up on it as Kevin Greer gets another kill. Yeah, Leahy is definitely adjusted well, trying to detonate number 17, Chris Noel. Obviously not an easy task, but Leahy doing a very good job of containing him here midway through the third set. Here's Copeland. The CNS has a 3-point lead. This one's going to be just long. Back to a 2-point CNS lead. Here's Raseg. Leahy gets blocked on net. This one goes back out to win. Empty puts it over the net. Blocked, kind of tipped by Greer and Leahy, but ultimately finds his place on the ground. Gonna make it a 1-point CNS lead.
Yeah, you know, that's really what you're looking for when you're tipping it. Those two presences just going up and blocking, attempting it, and then you just flip it right to the side of them. It's super duper hard.
Absolutely, miscommunication there from the North Stars. Makes it a 1-point lead. That ball is gonna be in the court. Tie game here. FM stays resilient, finds a way to claw back into it. As Rasig's serve run continues. It's a 3-point streak for the Hornets. Let's see, can they continue it here midway through this third set? Win goes outside to Greer. Greer puts it away. Absolutely nasty kill there from him. Busek is going to step out. Fisher checks in. And momentum back on CNS's side here in this third set. Leahy into serve. This one is just going to miss about a couple inches outside. Leahy's going to get a breather real quick. Done great for CNS tonight. Just a missed serve there from him. Makes it a tie game as Noel.
Yeah, you know, seeing Greer in the back row, or in the front row, I'm sorry. Greer in the front row really makes a big difference.
It does, as Nico Fisher puts this one to the ground.
Yeah, like Greer hitting front row, and then Jack hitting even from pipe in the back row. As we've seen him do multiple times, is just really good.
Absolutely.
Very versatile hitter.
Yes, he's one of the more versatile players on the CNS roster as Zillis misses long. Gonna make it a tie game again. Now you hit a point where these missed serves already are trying to, gotta cut down on those if you wanna.
Yeah, that really can't happen, you know. I'm sure any timeout's gonna be called, it's gonna be that's what's gonna be said on both sides is just stop missing your serves. Get them in.
Kevin Greer hammers at home, gives the North Stars a lead. Now, like you said, if you want to establish a lead, it all starts with the serving. These missed serves here from the North Stars in this third set have definitely caused it to be a closer game than maybe it should be. Deep breath here from Greer. Good serve from him. They're going to go outside to Hauk. Zillis there. Greer puts another one down. Cleaned up by Rasig. Blocked by Fisher. Over to Hauk. Hauk's going to miss it. That ball goes out. CNS takes a 2-point lead. And can they pull away here on the back of Kevin Greer? We'll see here in these next upcoming points. Doing a good job serving right now. Putting it in good spots. This one just gets over. FM cleans up. This one's going to be passed over. Oh my goodness! My God. The trick play from Copeland. Goes up with the right, finishes with the left.
I mean, that's just, like I said, such a versatile hitter.
Now, you're a volleyball player. What do you call that move in volleyball terminology?
Oh, well, disgusting, but that would be a tip. Which, if you took it a little too far, it could be called a push as well, but just a great play by
All right, welcome back here on Northstar Network. Got to get underway after this timeout. If you're just joining us, it's been a back and forth third set. But last few points, Jack Copeland and Kevin Greer have brought this team back to a 3-point lead. Looking to close it out, take a 2-1 lead after going down 0-1 early in the night. Here's Greer. This one's just going to be long. And there's the missed serves you're talking about. If you want to establish a lead, you got to hit your serves in. Otherwise, you're giving the Hornets a free point as number 5 goes in the serve. Outside to Copeland. Copeland puts it down. FM there to clean up. Rasig just hits this one. That's going to be out. Leahy's going to check back in. Mason, number 23, is going to check back out. And we got a 3-point Northstar lead. 6 points away from making this 2-1 Northstars. Fisher to serve. Great serve from him. Bloom's there to clean. It gets back over. Leahy to Zillis. Back to Copeland. Copeland puts it down. There it is. Absolutely electric. Like you said, versatile. Any part of the court, Copeland is there.
Yeah, I mean, just like you can't even, words can't describe it, but he's just he can hit from anywhere, hit it anywhere, and hit anyway. With that was a kind of a weird serve, but
interesting
it
serve. Worked out. Fosberg goes outside to Copeland. Copeland switches it up again.
Like that.
Holy, my goodness. Jack Copeland.
I mean, this is really when you got to show your skills. Just in the sectional semifinal.
This is unreal. Now or never for Copeland. And he is having himself a career night with the trick plays. Fisher, hard serve. This momentum is all on CNS's side as Leahy tips it, but it goes Hornets point.
That's really, I don't think that's going to slow any momentum down. It might build a little bit up on the Hornets side, but that always, with hard hits, he's just angles even just a couple degrees off, and it's just going to go out, but hey, we can win it back.
Absolutely. Here's Zillis to Leahy. Leahy tips it over. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
The trick
that was a net. That was net and a half.
Uh-oh, what are they saying here?
Oh, it's just a sub.
Oh, sub, okay.
Yeah.
Zillis checks out. Fosberg checks out.
Yeah, that shouldn't have even been a close call. He just grabbed the net and pulled it down with him.
Absolutely. CNS net play right now has done it for them. And they're continuing to just ball out. Got to credit the setters as well. Zillis, Wynn, and Fournier. This is a big hit there from Rasig. But you got to credit these setters for the Northstars, putting it in phenomenal places all night for all the hitters to get to.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying, Jack's such a versatile hitter, but without his setter, that's absolutely nothing.
Absolutely. Setters are making the game tonight. Here's Copeland, tips it over. Here's Rasig. Blocked by Leahy. Oh my goodness, he puts his arms up and just angles it right down at the floor. CNS now 2 points away from making this a 2-1 CNS game here in this first round sectionals. It's been, if anything else, an exciting game here. Copeland serves it to Hauk. Goes to middle, blocked by Leahy. We're there to clean up. Here's Greer on the outside, hits it. Blocked! CNS gets the point again. Now, I don't know if you saw that, but I saw a little head fake there from Kevin Greer. Looked one way, hit it the other. That's impressive. Here's Copeland, here to put this one away to make it a 2-1 Northstar lead. Strong serve from him. Howe cleans it up. And there it is! Jack Copeland! A career set there from him.
I mean, yeah, it's just such a predominant force at the net.
CNS takes a 2-1 lead. Don't go anywhere. We've had an action-packed game. We're going to be right back here on Northstar Network. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat, joined alongside color commentator Brody Mason. If you're just joining us, insane third set. All you can ask for from a fan standpoint. Both teams on the brink of elimination here. We got 2-1 Northstar favor. Big set there from Kevin Greer and Jack Copeland. Ultimately carried CNS through that set. Obviously, Ryan Leahy played a huge role in it as well. But we're about to get underway here in the fourth set now. CNS looking to send the Hornets home in this first round in sectionals. Number 13, Patrick Horton's going to start off serving for the FM Hornets. And we got a little delay in game here as a photographer on the sideline has to be moved, so he is put out of play. Patrick Horton going to start us off here as we're about to get underway. Both sides looking to win a crucial set here. To win this set or go home for FM, and we're underway. Copeland returns over to Leahy. Leahy puts it down. Cleaned up by Horton. Leahy puts it down. There it is! Ryan Leahy, the tip over the net. Gives the North Stars a 1-0 lead early here in the third set. Can they keep up that relentless pressure that they've been putting on the Hornets all game? Impressive what they've done after the first set, ending in a blowout, but clawing back and winning the next two. As here's Wynn over to Greer. Greer puts it down, but it's just too far wide. As FM takes that point. They're going to say they touched it. Hold on now. They're getting referee confirmation here. They're saying that FM number 13, Horton, touched the ball. We're waiting on confirmation here from all four referees. Point in favor of the North Stars. They're going to say he got a finger on it. Captain Horton goes over to check with the ref, but FM not agreeing with this call. Neither are the fans or the parents. So the call goes the other way, and CNS looking to capitalize off that call. Here's Jack Copeland. Done it all for CNS tonight. Outside to Resig. Blocked by Kevin Greer.
Yeah, you know, Greer's putting up a performance tonight as well.
Absolutely. And if they win, it's going to be because of four players I can think of. That would be Greer, Leahy, any of the three setters, and Jack Copeland, obviously.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, can't count on Mason Busick.
Busick has had a great hustle performance today. As we go outside of Resig, Leahy blocks it. Not enough. FM finally gets a point here. We got 3-1 North Stars. Resig goes back to serve. Big serve there from him. We're going to go to Leahy. Leahy blocked. Whoa! What was that? It looks like he hit it, it got blocked, and it hit him again, and it dropped.
Yeah, bounced him right off the face.
Wow. You don't see that all the time, but
no.
That's the luck of the North Stars right there. Leahy goes back to serve after a confusing play. Ultimately ending in a North Star point. Up 4-1. Fisher's there to clean. Wynn goes to Copeland. Copeland puts it down. Copeland's going to be just long. Just a little miss hit there. As FM gains a point back, it's going to be 2-4 early here in this fourth set. Here is Chris Knoll. Copeland's there to clean. Over to Mason. And Greer's going to put it over. This one goes far outside to Nathan Houck. as Kellen Empey blocks it, and they just can't clean it up. So 5-2 North Stars. Brody, I'm looking at the FM body language right now.
Yeah, you know, shoulders sagging, heads dropped. They're just not seeming like the team they were in the beginning of the match.
In an elimination set, that's not what you want to see if you're...
Not at all.
If you're head coach Chris Gangloff. Zillis there to clean, wow.
Yeah, you know, like I said before, energy's got to be on point today for both teams, and FM's just not having the energy, and, you know, CNS definitely is.
We're seeing great hustle from the back row, guys like Zillis and Mason Buzik, obviously, and there's another point for CNS. That just shows the hustle is paying off. Really, really impressive stuff that we're seeing from the North Stars as they come back from losing the first set, but doing a great job of staying resilient. Here's Zillis. Oh, this one's just going to be short.
Yeah, I mean, he's not been doing great at the service line. He's had a couple good plays, but he's just not been doing too good there.
Well, you know what? Serves are something you got to get in the court, but he's definitely making up for it in the hustle aspect.
Oh, for sure.
Get on the floor quite a bit tonight.
Yeah.
Here he is, sets it to middle. Kevin Greer. Blocked by Fisher. Back to him. Blocked by Fisher again!
Fisher, that's a double block.
Fisher is getting up there tonight as they can't get anything past him. As Ellsby checks out, Bloom's going to check in.
I'm sure Coach Ritchie has nobody else on his mind except for Fisher going for gun up. I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, you know, he's really putting on a performance tonight. And I think they're both juniors.
Yep.
So hopefully, you know.
Bodes well for the future.
Yeah.
There's Copeland, cleans it up.
I mean, we have a pretty young team here. The only two seniors on the court are Foz and Copeland tonight.
Absolutely, as Greer puts it down. We're going to call a timeout here.
Oh, yeah.
8-3 CNS favor. FM just trying to stay alive in this one as North Stars put them on the brink of elimination. We'll be right back here on Northstar Network. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. If you're just joining us, fourth set, just like the last two, have been all CNS. Brody, what have you seen from CNS body language-wise that you like here in the fourth set?
Oh, yeah, you know, their mentality is definitely great. Coach Uchia gave them most likely a great speech there in the huddle saying, you know, first set, you know, warm up your difficulties. Then you came to play. And they are coming to play as they're up by 4.
Fosberg misses long on that hit. Yeah, you touched on what Lucia must have said to them after that first set. That one was all FM. But ever since then, it's been all CNS, and they haven't looked back. So that's where the resilience component comes in, as Fisher puts that one over the net. Goes outside of Resig. Boost check.
Oh, that's an up there.
And FM is clawing their way back into this one. We got 5-8. And here we go. 5-8, Northstar favor. Over to Copeland. Copeland gets blocked, and that one is going to be CNS's point as a missed block there from number 13, Patrick Horton. Going to be 5-9 in favor of the North Stars. Here is Nico Fisher. Here to serve. Number 16 put on a phenomenal performance this set. I jinxed it again.
Yeah, Mikey, I mean, you gotta just stop saying
I gotta
things.
stop saying that. Every time it seems to jinx the North Stars, but hey, you know what? North Stars up 3, brink of an elimination game. Sometimes you gotta say what everyone's thinking. Here's Ethan Wong. Saw a lot of him in the first set, not much after that.
Yeah, you haven't really heard his name that much, but.
Nope, not at all, but there's Copeland.
Oh, and you can see FM is starting to argue with each other. And, that's when you start to just fall apart.
And, a lot of factors playing into that. The crowd, obviously, rowdy tonight. CNS travels well.
CNS and then JD came out to the support to show their dislike together for FM.
Obviously, earlier in the season, FM ended JD's impressive 61-game win streak. But not looking to go that way tonight. Oh, my goodness, a hard hit there from Rasig. It's the first time FM's gotten a little bit of energy back all night as Bloom's going to check out.
Yeah, I think it's going to take more than that to stop the CNS pump going.
But you've seen Rasig ball out all night. Very impressive stuff from him, so kudos to him. Here's Leahy, gets tipped. And that point's going to go to CNS as they cannot get it over the net. We got 7-11 in favor of CNS.
Yeah, looking... FM's they're pretty much all seniors out there tonight.
Yeah, it's
the exception of Chris Knoll. Who else?
Very senior-led
Luke
roster.
Elsby, yeah, I think those are the only two.
Leahy with a big kill as the Northstars take a 5-point lead, and just like that, the body language from the Hornets is
back down again.
Not what you want to see.
Right out the door. And they're the home team tonight, so we would have expected a little bit more body language up, maybe a little bit more of a lead, but, CNS comes to play.
Absolutely, as that serve just missed long. 4-point game, Rasig's going to go back to serve. Rasig, obviously, tonight, been a huge presence, something that CNS has to game plan around, or had to game plan around all night. Here he is. Copeland's there to clean. Outside to Empey. Empey puts it down. The block not angled correctly. It's going to be a 5-point Northstar lead. Leahy going to go back to serve. CNS just 12 points away from the second round of
securing their spot in the sectional championship.
There's Leahy. Blocked there by the Northstars, cleaned up by Empey. Empey puts it over to Rasig. Rasig outside to Houck. Houck puts it down, but it's blocked by Empey. Block. Kellen Empey. You know what I've noticed? Each player is having their own moment, own little run to shine.
Yeah.
We've seen one from Copeland, we've seen Leahy, we've seen Greer, we've seen Fisher. Now we're seeing Kellen Empey. It's an all-around team game tonight for the Northstars.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All playing for each other on the brink of an elimination here.
Oh, yeah.
Big ace there from him. We're going to get a timeout here from the FM Hornets. 7-point Northstar lead. But Ryan Leahy, wow.
Oh, he's just had a great game tonight.
All around great game for the Northstars. We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back here on Northstar Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. If you're just joining us, the Northstars trying to put this one away.
Yeah, 10 points away, from getting into the sectional finals.
Absolutely, we're going to see Leahy try to get a nice little serving run here. Obviously, just coming off that ace on Ben Rasig, the #1 player for the Hornets. Big hit there is just going to be long from Elsby. We're going to get a review on that. Looks like a couple of referees are seeing it differently. I saw it out, but my angle is not, the best one here. What did you see?
I saw the line judge put his flag up. That should be enough indicator. You have to have trust in your other refs. But
absolutely.
Obviously, they don't really see anything. Four blind mice over there.
Four blind mice. I don't want to criticize the refs too hard. They're doing a
great job tonight.
A great job. Overall, it's not easy, especially with power hitters such as Leahy and Rasig. But this one's ultimately going to end in a CNS point, so they take an 8-point lead. Referees trying to do their best to call a fair game. I think it's fair to say they've done a pretty good job of that tonight.
Yeah, they have really done a pretty good job.
There's Leahy. Big serve from him. Outside of Ellsby. This one going to be long as well. Wait, whoa, we got 2 different calls. Another miscommunication. They're saying FM point. Line judge is saying something else.
Yeah, line judge is saying out.
We're going to get a call review here. Now he's going to override the line judge.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that line judge is not going to be happy.
Hey, not my place to judge, but I saw that out. But you never know. I mean, they saw it better than we did. So we got 9-16 in favor of the North Stars here. Can they string together a little run to try to claw their way back into this one? Outside to Greer. Puts it down. I think... Yeah, wow, it's going to be wide, and FM now finding themselves on a big run now. 10-16, North Star favor. Chris Noel, big night from him.
Yeah, it's only his junior season. I really want to see more to come from him next year.
And next year he's going to be an animal. Probably standing around 6'4". As this one goes in the net, just a momentum killer there for the Hornets. He's going to check out now.
Yeah, the student section's really happy, as you can tell.
Quite rowdy about that one. Here's John Zillis trying to put together a 3-1 North Star win here. I believe that was the score of their last matchup too, coincidentally, as Mason Brusick just shanks this pass a little bit.
Yeah, it's all smiles on the North Star side though. Because they know, we have a predominant lead, and to maintain that, we have to keep our energy up.
Absolutely, keep the energy up. They're doing a great job of that.
Oh, beauty,
that one's going to be a carry there.
Yeah, he brought it down a little too much. He might have just caught on the chest.
Now, I'm not a volleyball expert, but that seems like a pass you probably should use your arms for.
Yeah, that's a really difficult one when it's floating towards you because it wobbles side to side. So you gotta have really quick reaction time on that.
It's like a knuckleball in baseball as Greer slams that one down for a very nice kill there. 6-point CNS lead, knocking on the door at a 3-1 final to send FM home.
7 points, which does not seem out of question for Kevin Greer.
Not at all. Here we go. Big serve there from him. They're going to go to Ethan Wong. Austin Fosberg, step back. This one's going to go to Greer. Greer puts it down. Blum gets on the floor. Outside to Hauk. Over to Copeland. Outside to Fosberg. Fosberg just can't put this one away.
There's really not anything you can do with that set. John just probably didn't have a great pass there where...
Misplaced a little long.
Yeah, he could have pushed it outside probably. That would have been my play.
Fosberg's a lefty, so it's hard to get to those balls as a lefty on the right side. Here's Fisher. Fisher puts it down, cleaned up by Rasig. Rasig puts it down. My goodness, we've seen a complete momentum flip now. Energy is up on FM side.
Yeah, you gotta have that winning mindset.
Absolutely. Timeout here.
Oh, that might be the changing point of the game for FM.
That's all you can hope for. CNS is going to talk this one over. We're going to be right back here on Northstar Network. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back here on Northstar Network. If you're just joining us, Northstar's 4-point lead, but momentum in favor of FM. CNS called a timeout to talk it over. We'll see if they can put up 7 points to put this one to rest. Goes outside to Copeland. Copeland gets tipped. And that's going to be CNS point. 5-point Northstar lead. Leahy checks back in. Mason Blusick is going to check out.
Yeah, here's 6 points for Nico. He's just got to drop him in.
Well, you know, he had a run like this earlier.
Yes, he did.
Totally not out of the question. Here we go. Number 16, been doing a lot tonight for the North Stars.
Yeah, subbing in for Kevin Gunnup.
Obviously, Gunnup out with a concussion, but Fisher's done a great job filling his shoes. Big shoes to fill, but he's done great. Gets a hand on this one, but going to be FM's point, so FM not going away. As Ethan Wong's going to go back to serve.
Yeah, you really don't want us to go into that 5th set. That's just a drawn-out match where fatigue starts to hit.
Absolutely, it's going to become sloppy at that point. CNS, the worst thing you can do here is go to a 5th set with momentum on FM's side. There is Leahy with a beautiful kill. He's been quiet for a little bit, but now he's back.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of like a volcano, if you want to put that metaphor.
No, that's a great way to put it, you know. Could erupt at any moment, and when he does, it's detrimental for the other side.
I feel like that's really the theme tonight for CNS. They're just back and forth with who's popping off tonight.
And, you know, they're trusting their guys out there.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. We've seen different runs from different people, as we mentioned earlier. Here's Kevin Wynn serving. They're going to go outside to Sig, blocked by Leahy. Over the middle, Chris Noel kills it right over Kevin Greer. 4-point CNS lead.
Yeah, he's got to be 6'4", 6'5" up there.
Absolutely. He is towering over everyone on CNS's side. Leahy the only one that can really match up to him, if that even.
I mean, yeah, I think Leahy's like 6'2", and he still just stands over him.
Absolutely. We're going to go back out to Leahy. Leahy puts it down beautifully. There's the volcano aspect of it. He is on fire.
Oh, and Jack Copeland back to serve now. This will be a great game if Jack can, you know, get him in and get him on him.
Absolutely. We've seen him do that all season.
Yeah.
Especially tonight. Here he is. They're going to go outside to Resig. Blocked. But kept alive.
Oh,
that's going to be.
Couldn't get there.
FM point. Kevin Wynn, not quick enough to be there.
So on that one, you can play it off the ceiling because it's staying on your side.
Notice that, yep. Thanks for the clarification there.
Yeah.
Here is Ben Resig trying to keep the Hornets in this. Copeland hits it right up over to Wynn. This one's going out to Greer. Beautiful return there from Libero on the Hornets end. Leahy tips this one over. Over to Resig. There's Greer. MP going to set it outside to Greer. Over to Howell, gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. So FM clawing back.
Oh, yeah. Here's the momentum. FM is only down 3, and it's a very close game, but close to the end now. CNS is definitely hoping. You know, it smiles on their face again, you can see.
Absolutely. Great body language there from the North Stars. Obviously, you want to keep your head up because the second you put your head down, as we saw with FM, that's when it starts getting detrimental. Kevin Greer misses this one in the net. And now all of a sudden, what was once a 5-point Northstar lead, 2-point Northstar lead. Absolutely, they're just cutting it down.
Yeah, you know, FM's really got the momentum on this one.
Is it too late, or can they still claw back? We will see here in these next coming points. Wynn goes outside to Greer. Greer puts it down right through the hands.
Touch. Oh, yeah.
Of Libero of the Hornets. And all of a sudden, back to a 3-point CNS lead.
With 3 points to go.
With who else but team captain Ryan Leahy at the helm.
Oh, yeah.
How telling is it with a chance to put it away here that their team captain who's done it for them all year has a chance to finally end things and put FM, the strong FM team, to rest. I just keep jinxing it. I can't stop.
That's okay. Their Libero's out now. So I'm guessing whoever's going to hit, if they have great placement, it's a great set, they're most likely going to hit number 17 in the back row because he doesn't have as good passing as the Libero.
Absolutely. I agree with you there. Here's Wynn. Goes outside to Greer. Greer puts it down.
Right
yep, there it is. As he said. Hey, that's why it's great that we have you here. Obviously, we mentioned earlier, Brody Mason, JV player for CNS, has some great intel on the ins and outs of CNS volleyball. And John Zillis, now standing at the back line, 2 points away from a win. Let's see what he can do. Obviously a tough day for him serving. There it is. Ellsby.
Only a 2-point lead from CNS, but again, 2 points away from the win, 2 points away from the sectional championship game.
Now this is impressive stuff. Here he is. Gonna go to Zillis.
There's nobody on that right side there except for Kevin Greer.
Miscommunication makes it a 1 point.
For sure.
CNS timeout.
Neither team will have timeouts left after this.
So timeout, CNS, 1 point lead. We're gonna take a break. Don't go anywhere in this action-packed fourth set. We'll be right back.
I'll take Ryan.
Yeah. And we're back here, Northstar Network. Timeout by CNS called. If you're just joining us, 1 point CNS lead. 2 points away from putting this to rest. Ellsby to serve. Copeland to Zillis to Greer.
Puts it down. It's a 1 point game.
1 point away from the sectional final. As Kevin Greer
back to serve. Kevin Greer's just got a great topspin on this one.
When they need it most, he's there.
FM's looking for 2 points because it's win by 2.
Absolutely. There it is.
And there it is! Jack Copeland does it!
Ends the game!
Copeland does it for the win!
This game is over! And ladies and gentlemen, what a game from CNS! Almost loses control here in the fourth set, but ultimately gonna come to a CNS takedown. What they gonna say now is what we're hearing from the crowd. And CNS puts the Hornets to rest in a 3-1 win. We would like to thank you here from Northstar Network.
They exterminated the Hive.
They exterminated the Hive indeed. Brody, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. It was a fun one. Great to call this game. I want to thank Northstar Network, thank FM for having us out here, and thank you for tuning in to a great sectional matchup. CNS is going to face off against JD in the final.
Oh, is it JD that they're playing tomorrow?
Believe so.
I was talking to one of the JD players. They have Oswego tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
In their semifinal
the
game.
Winner of that game.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us here from the Northstar Network. I'm Mikey DeGroat.
I'm Brody Mason.
Have a good night, everyone.